So I am going to get started. I know you guys had a great session last week with Shiva. I heard a lot of great comments from that, and I'm happy to hear that. So today we will be discussing aligning the conscious and subconscious minds. We've done a lot of talk about what the conscious mind is, what the subconscious mind is, and we've started to dabble around observing our tendencies and watching ourselves through our days to see when are we acting unconsciously, what habits are we doing that we catch ourselves doing that we don't want to be doing anymore, and diving into that more. Today, we're going to be using all of what we've learned to form a union between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Okay, so the power of inner alignment. What happens when your conscious and subconscious mind are not in alignment? Well, these are very common things that we all experience. Inner conflict, that war with the self. A lot of us talk about, I feel like I'm at war with myself. One part of me wants this thing, and the other part of me wants the exact opposite, and I'm feeling it all, and it's so overwhelming. That is a huge sign that there is a misalignment within the conscious and subconscious minds. Self-sabotage is also a byproduct of that, where part of you wants something, but another part of you is acting against that thing. For example, procrastination, or even a fear of success, the one thing that you may want but you fear. Frustration. We tend to get frustrated when we experience this inner conflict within. We tend to get frustrated when we want to do something, but our body is not aligning with it. It's like our mind is screaming, come on, I want this thing, but our body's doing the exact opposite. It leads to anxiety, it leads to frustration. When you are in alignment, you experience clarity of purpose. You are clear, you know exactly where you want to be and how you want to get there, and you watch yourself take consistent action to get to that goal with minimal or no resistance. And what follows is a sense of peace and flow in life. Oftentimes, a lot of anxiety that we experience is a result of feeling anxious of how we are living our life. We may not be able to control the world around us, how people interact with us, and what is happening in our work environment or in the state of the world, but we can control ourselves. And it is so difficult when we watch ourselves do things that we don't want to be doing. It perpetuates anxiety, it perpetuates depression. And if we can find a way to manage that, to take control of that, we can alleviate some of those anxiety symptoms and feel good about ourselves. I like to say this to myself, and I share this with you 1% every day. 1%. It can be the smallest change, but if you are showing up for that small little change, whether it's internally, mentally, or even an external action, something so small, I promise you, you're going to feel better about yourself that day. And it will alleviate that anxiety you feel. And that 1% becomes a ball of momentum day after day. And before you know it, your life will change. Your habits will change. Signs of misalignment. So we talked a little bit about self-sabotage. When we're avoiding tasks or opportunities that are aligning with who we want to be or with the goals that we wish to embody in our day-to-day life, a huge sign, a huge sign there's a misalignment within the conscious and subconscious mind. Negative inner dialogue is another one. Thoughts like, I can't do this. Even when you try to push yourself to do something, even when you're trying to, I say, fake it till you make it, when a part of you feels unworthy, but you're trying to push yourself to do it anyway, that part of you that's feeling unworthy is expressing that negative inner dialogue. Emotional resistance, when you feel stuck, anxious, or overwhelmed, when you are taking action aligned with that goal that you are trying to achieve, with that state of mind or with that way of living that you want to be in. A huge sign of a misalignment. Inconsistent results is another one. Progress you're seeing in some areas, and then in others you're not seeing it despite how hard you're trying. So I just want to emphasize when you start working with your subconscious mind, when you're doing this work, you are going to start seeing progress in some areas and not so much progress in other areas. And I want to emphasize that is okay. This is more for when you are like putting in your 110% and you feel like you keep running into a brick wall and you've tried everything and you keep running into that brick wall. And you're not necessarily working smarter, you're working harder with brute force instead of going and kind of like detangling things and understanding, okay, why am I doing this action? Where is this coming from? What are the thoughts that are connected to this action? And unpacking it that way. And in turn, when you do it that way, you can work smarter, not harder, because then you can understand the underlying disconnect that is perpetuating this stagnancy in certain parts of your life that you wish to change. Okay, so how your minds interact. We've talked about this last time, but I just want to review it because it's so important for all of us to be aware of this. The conscious mind, the part of you that wants to start working with the subconscious mind, the logical, deliberate, and goal-oriented part of you. It represents only 5% of your mind's activity. Oftentimes, we are not utilizing this part of us in our day-to-day as much as we think we are. Our subconscious mind, it is the emotional, automatic, deeply rooted part of us that is programmed within our being. It is the code that is read that creates our identity, so to speak. And a big insight here that I really want to emphasize is your conscious mind can set goals, but your subconscious mind must believe they're achievable to act on them. So our conscious mind, let's say, I want to be running a marathon. I want to run a marathon, okay? My subconscious mind, absolutely, and I'm going to be honest, has feelings where I'm like, there's no way I can run a marathon. I'm not physically fit enough to run a marathon. I haven't put in the work to run a marathon. There's no way that I can run a marathon. And I'm just being honest with you guys. And so there's the disconnect right there. Deeply rooted beliefs of there's no way I can do this thing. And what happens is, no matter how much I want to run the marathon, I won't put in action steps to run the marathon because it feels so difficult. It feels so far away, so unattainable and unachievable. But in working with these tools that we're going to be discussing next, we can change that. Okay, so how do we create inner harmony so that when you want to run a marathon, you can run that marathon? You have to identify the conflict. Where does your subconscious resist your conscious goals? Example, you consciously want success in life, but subconsciously you fear judgment in pursuit of your success. This is a really big one because we cannot get from point A to point B without the in-between. You cannot be perfect at something when you begin. Let's say, for example, I want to become a figure skater. I want to be professional. I want to do all the tricks, the axles, all of it. I have to be a rookie before I'm a professional. And if I feel uncomfortable being bad at something, I am never going to give myself permission to actually get to that level of professional figure skating, if that makes sense. And that subconscious belief of I do not want to look like I'm bad at something will constantly stop me and create self-sabotage to keep me from stepping into that professional ice skater role. Reframing your limiting beliefs. Another big one to support inner harmony within the self. Using affirmations and empowering beliefs to shift subconscious resistance. We've worked on this. We've talked about this. We've had work from home or homework on this specific thing. So when I tell myself, I want to run a marathon, and then I also have these thoughts that come after where it's like, there's no way I can run a marathon. You haven't done the work to run a marathon. Here's when I can implant these affirmations, these empowering beliefs to negate those subconscious thoughts that are deeply ingrained in me. The only way to uproot them is to create something to negate them, or rather, to make them less powerful. Okay, so if I feel like I want to run this marathon, but I feel like there's no way I can do it, well, I can reframe that and say, while I am not prepared to run a marathon at this very moment, I am totally capable in training and putting in the time and effort to be able to run a marathon. I absolutely can run a marathon. I just have to put in the work. You see, right away, there's this reframe where I'm not necessarily saying, no, this original thought is wrong. I'm building upon the original thought, almost making the glass half full instead of half empty, if that makes sense. Visualization is also another layer that can enhance this uprooting or reframing of a thought, where you imagine or you feel your subconscious and your conscious mind working together toward a shared goal. For example, if I want to run a marathon and I know right away my conscious mind really wants to do it, but my subconscious mind feels like it's an absolutely impossible task, I can sit here in this moment, not only tell myself that I am fully capable of putting in the time and effort to run that marathon, to prepare for it. I can also close my eyes and imagine, visualize myself running this marathon, visualize my conscious and subconscious mind working together, visualizing myself doing it without resistance, without self-sabotage, without procrastination. I can feel beyond visual, because some people aren't too visual. If you're a feeling type of person, I can feel myself. Yes, I can run this marathon. I am capable of running this marathon. I can feel myself giving myself permission to try and be a rookie and put in that effort and one day run that marathon. It is a possibility. It is a possibility. And you see how that can lead to empowering a whole new thought that can neutralize or replace the original thought that may be holding you down from achieving your goals. And the last thing that can really support inner harmony is practicing mindfulness. Another thing I preach, because mindfulness creates this metacognition within our being where, like exercising, it's a muscle that must be practiced to get stronger. But once it is strong, you are able to notice these thoughts and not identify with them too much. Where you have a bird's eye view of your thoughts and you don't feel totally overpowered by them. It's about reclaiming power from the thoughts that were programmed in you before you even knew how to form an identity, because again, our subconscious is predominantly formed in childhood. So a lot of these things that we're working against, they're not even our fault. It's a result of our environment, right? So it's identifying them and being able to step away from them and notice them, but not be fully taken by them. Like our emotions, for example. If I'm in a situation and people are just not listening to me, I can notice my anger and get super angry and scream at them and allow my subconscious to really take control in that moment, and I lose my conscious awareness and I'm just angry. Or I can notice the anger, step away from the anger, notice it, acknowledge it's there, and act differently. Where I'm speaking with them whilst acknowledging I am angry, this is unacceptable, but speaking in a more neutral way where the anger is not consuming me and my message is heard in a different way. Okay. Tools to bridge the gap, more tools for you. Next week, we'll be working on even more tools, and I'm going to be providing you a list and a packet of all the tools you could need. But just for us to begin thinking about tools and how we can apply this work in our lives. Inner dialogue practice is a really big one. Creating a conversation between your conscious and subconscious mind. Now, this requires some imagination. So, for example, talking to yourself. And I know like sounds weird for some people, but it's very productive in this work. And I encourage you to be curious and invite curiosity. So I can ask myself, what are you afraid of? Not what am I afraid of? What are you afraid of? As if I'm speaking to another part of myself. And how can we work together to feel safe? So in this scenario, I am compartmentalizing my psyche, my identity. I am compartmentalizing the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So I am the conscious mind, and I am speaking directly to the subconscious mind, using you to direct a question to the subconscious mind, using we to direct a question to the subconscious mind, implying that the subconscious and the conscious are working together but are separate. So that requires a lot of curiosity, and it's a really powerful one because our mind can be a tool if we use it as such. If you ask these questions, oftentimes you will hear or think or see, whether you're visual or however you observe your mind space, you will receive an answer, is basically what I'm trying to say. Breath work is another really big one because why? Breath work allows us to calm the body, calm the nervous system, and calm the brain, and thus allows us to access and hear and connect with our subconscious mind in ways that we usually cannot in our day to day. So, three rhythmic breathing patterns that I recommend are 2-4, 4-8, and 4-4. Breathing in 2, breathing out 4. Breathing in 4, breathing out 8. Breathing in 4, breathing out 4. These are three patterns that I use in my own life. I use them in meditation. I use them when I am doing cardio for better endurance. I use them when I'm sitting in the sauna and I want to sit in there longer. I use them in so many different ways. Now, these breathing patterns, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. And I will have the packet that I will be giving you guys next week. We'll have more information on this. And as well as breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the mouth, we want to pay attention to how we are breathing in. We want to breathe in through the abdominal, so breathing into the stomach, expanding the abdomen, and then expanding the chest, and then breathing out. So I'm going to do the 4-8 pattern, which is breathing in 4 beats and then breathing out 8 beats. And then I would repeat. And I wouldn't stop. I would just keep going and keep going and keep going for at least 1 or 2 minutes, if not longer. This really allows the mind and the body to connect deeper because sometimes our mind is going all over the place. When we're breathing like this, it forces a part of our mind to focus on staying on task with the rhythmic beat, and it enables us to access deeper parts of our mind that usually we cannot access. Gratitude practice. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Gratitude is healing for everyone and everything. For depression, for anxiety, for any other work, when we are grateful, we are enabling our mind to create new neural pathways that support coherence within the nervous system, within the mind, within the body, within the spirit. The more grateful you are, the more things you see in your life that you are grateful for. And gratitude can be used to bridge the gap between the conscious and subconscious mind, aligning your emotions with your goals. Gratitude is a very, very strong emotion. So if you are sitting here grateful, like I am so grateful I am here today listening to Neda speak because I care so much about myself. That's how bad I want to change myself. And I'm so grateful for this effort I put into myself versus, oh man, like I have so many problems in my life, like I need help and that's why I'm here in this class. Two different things that can be connected, just depends on how you see it. You can be grateful Or you can be in a state of mind of like, oh my gosh, I have so many problems and I'm here today for those problems. Instead, you can say, oh my gosh, I am so grateful. I am here today. I'm showing myself how much I care about myself, how much I want to change myself, and how much I am dedicated to this path of becoming a better person and aligning my conscious and subconscious mind and removing these limiting beliefs. Wow, I'm so grateful. And you see that excitement that I had right now? The subconscious mind is absorbing that. The brain is creating neurological pathways that reinforce this gratitude. And this goes right into action-based affirmations as another tool to bridge the gap. So when you pair affirmations with small, consistent actions to reinforce belief, this is when you really start to see changes in your life. You can't change yourself just by working with your mind. You need to align your mind and body to work together to see real change in your life, because we're not just mind, we're not just body, we're both, right? So, for example, I want to run a marathon. Back to my marathon example. I want to run this marathon and I know I can do it. I know I can do it. But if I keep telling myself I know I can do it and I'm not showing up for the work, I'm not going to believe that I can do it. Deep down, my subconscious is going to be like, nope, nope. The original belief is still reinforced. It still has more power over all the other stuff. But if I say, I am going to run a marathon and I am fully capable of running a marathon, and every day I do some sort of exercise or some sort of training, I am reinforcing the belief that I can run a marathon with action. And here's where 1% a day comes in to picture. I want to put in 1% a day to create and reinforce neurological pathways that enable me to get to where I want to go, if that makes sense. And the only way to do that is through physical action. We want to change and it requires work. And that's really all there is to it. Okay. So we're going to be doing a body exercise now, but before we begin, I'm just going to quickly check on the chat because I haven't in a while. Being consistent has been my biggest barrier, Krista says. And that is very normal. That is very, very normal. And to that, I say consistency is something that will get better and better over time. It's that 1% every day. And some days you won't be able to do it, and that's okay too. It's about being graceful with yourself. Do not shame yourself. Being kind to yourself on this journey, because you're on this journey that most people will not step on, will not even try. So when you try to show up for your 1%, but something happens and you can't, you tell yourself that's okay. There's always tomorrow. And that's really all there is to it. And you keep doing that and you do not give up and you keep showing up. Even if there is resistance, you are showing your subconscious mind how bad you want something through mental action and physical action. And if you put in enough of that effort, the subconscious mind is taking notes and says, okay, okay, okay. It seems with the way that her mind and her body's behaving, this is the new way of thinking. This is the new belief that I must engage with and I must acknowledge. So I'm going to change it with the old belief. And that's really all there is to it. The way to change is through mental and body work, working together to achieve your goal and putting in effort. I wish it was easier, but it requires effort. So, for example, if I want to love myself more, and every day in my life, I am noticing myself just really hard on myself. Like I am speaking really mean to myself in my mind. I do something and I feel like it's a mistake, and immediately there's a voice in my mind putting me down. I go and I eat something, immediately there's a voice in my mind putting me down, making me feel like I'm not enough, making me feel like I'm eating unhealthy. And that voice is just debilitating me. And I am here today wanting to change that. I want to reframe that subconscious voice or belief, and I want to start loving myself more. I want to be kinder to myself. Okay, so this is more of a mental thing. So it does require physical effort too. So mentally, I will start by noticing this thought, by noticing these thought patterns. And once I've noticed them and I have recognized them for what they are, I can then start interacting with them, counteracting them, and releasing the power hold they have over me. And so, let's say I make a mistake or like I miss my exit while I'm driving, instead of allowing that thought to be like, oh, you suck, you can't do anything right, why are you doing this, there's blah, 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 all these mean things, and just taking it, I can say, okay, there's that, but Neda, it's okay. You are a human being. Human beings are not perfect. You are doing the best you can. You've had a rough day, and giving myself the grace. And also, maybe even I might throw in these thoughts that are being really mean to you right now are subconscious programming that is not something you have to believe. And just talking to myself and almost like breaking myself out of the control of these subconscious thoughts that were implanted within me, that were programmed in me when I was a child and I didn't even know any better, right? And then that's the mental work, the physical work in learning to love myself more. What can I do? Well, there's certain habits you can do, like skincare, or like making a little tea for yourself, making a little sweet treat for yourself, doing something loving for yourself, like going out of your way for yourself. Something that you would do for a loved one, doing that for yourself because you deserve it. And your subconscious is watching you do this, taking note and saying, "Oh my gosh, okay, so she's not only counteracting the thoughts that were putting her down, or she's also putting in action that counteracts these original thoughts of not feeling lovable or worthy of love. Oh man, maybe I need to change the subconscious belief." And that's really how it works. That's the best way I can break it down for you. And uh, if you have any questions, let me know and I will be looking through. But at this moment in time, we are going to be doing a little exercise together. So I encourage you guys to stand up. We're going to be doing some movement first before we sit down, do some visualization. I want us to get our bodies moving so that when we are sitting down and doing the meditation practice, our minds are a little calmer than they could have been. So I'm going to invite you guys to stand up. Stand up with me. Okay. So we're going to stand up. We're just gonna open up our chest. We're gonna puff the chest out. We're gonna open our arms wide. And we're gonna just sway. We're gonna move our arms from side to side. And allow your body to move however your body wants to move. Mine's kind of going a different direction than originally. And we're just going to be just opening the body. Just activating the body right now. Nothing too intense, but just enough for you to start to feel into your body. Keeping the hips planted, facing forward, and just moving the chest and the back. Noticing my head is facing forward. We're really just moving the front part of the body, that chest and the arms and the shoulders and the back. I encourage you to feel into your arms. As you're swaying your arms, feel the air moving as you move your arms. Taking in a breath and feeling the air as you expand your lungs, let it out. And just having fun with it, guys. Don't be so serious. It's so much fun to just let yourself go and let yourself be. And I'm starting to bring my hands lower to the ground now, relaxing them a bit. They're just moving a little bit, a little sway, a little swing. Now, we're going to keep our feet planted on the ground, and we're going to shake. So my feet are not moving, so I'm not jumping, but I'm kind of like rocking. I'm like loose, so my body is loose, and I'm from my ankles and my knees, I'm just shaking my body. Feet planted on the ground, and just shaking my body. You want to feel your arms jiggle. You want to feel your body just shake. And just shake with me for a little bit. So, while we're shaking, I'm going to explain. Animals actually do this. If you have a dog, you've seen your dog shake. And they use shaking as a way of releasing emotion. And we can do this too. There's a lot of studies on shaking and how shaking can help release stuck emotions in the body. So I'm changing up my shaking now, and I'm just like shaking out my hands. And I'm just letting myself bounce a little stronger than I initially started. And really just shaking and letting your body shake the way it wants to. You might want to go crazy. You might want to go softer. But just letting it shake. And just taking a deep breath in through the nose. And exhaling. We're going to let out a sigh as we exhale. Taking another deep breath in through the nose. And exhaling. Really make a noise with that exhale. Let it go. It feels so good. We're going to do it one more time. Deep breath in through the nose. And exhaling. Yes. So do your last shakes. Shake it all off. You might want to go crazy. And maybe do a little jumping. Jumping up and down. Getting that heart rate going. Just a little bit longer. And stop. Stop where you are. Stay standing. Close your eyes. And just breathe. Closing your eyes and just noticing how your body feels. Noticing any changes that you may be feeling in your body. I feel changes in my chest. My heart feels more open. You may at this point wish to sway a little bit, allowing your body to move the way it wants to move. And in this state, we're going to take a big deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. Letting yourself relax upon exhale. And at this point, reaching the arms all the way up and dropping your body as low as it can go. And just letting yourself hang. Letting yourself hang and sway. Taking a deep breath in. Exhaling. And one more time, taking a deep breath in and bringing yourself up to a standing position. Exhaling. And go ahead and give yourself a hug. You may want to sway with that hug. You may want to give yourself some love however you wish. You may want to just hold your heart, putting your hands on your heart. I'm going to opt in for the hug. Giving yourself some love for the hard day you might have had. Giving yourself some deserved love for being human. For dealing with the struggles of being human. Just, you deserve a hug from yourself. Giving yourself that hug. Knowing you deserve it. Feeling the love that you're giving yourself. Yes. You may even want to say, I love you. Thank you for giving me this moment. I needed this. Thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you for showing up and giving me this time that I need with my mind and body. And relaxing. Now bringing yourself back to a seated position. Seated position or lying down, whatever feels most comfortable to you. We are going to be connecting even deeper with our body, aligning the mind and body together. And now in this moment, with your eyes closed, taking in a big, deep breath in through the nose, feeling the abdomen and lungs expand, and exhaling out with your mouth. One more time, taking a big, deep breath in through the nose, expanding the abdomen and lungs, and exhaling and allowing the breath to leave your body and relaxing you even deeper. Notice how your body feels. Noticing any feelings, sensations, thoughts, with no judgment, just noticing. Knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, and that you are safe, and that you are allowed to relax in this moment. For nothing else matters but relaxing in this moment. Taking another big deep breath in through the nose and exhaling and releasing any remaining tension in your body. Releasing the face muscles, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the body as a whole. Yes, you are exactly where you need to be. You are safe to relax in this moment. Now we will begin with a body scan, connecting to our body even deeper now. I invite you to bring your awareness to the soles of your feet, feeling the soles of your feet, becoming aware of that area of your body, moving your conscious awareness to the soles of your feet. Recognizing and feeling into the soles of your toes, your big toe, all the way to your pinky toe, feeling your toes. Not necessarily moving them, but just feeling them, concentrating on them, focusing on them, and observing that area with no judgment, just unbiased observation. Now bringing your awareness to the top of your feet, feeling into the feet right where it touches the ankle, noticing, feeling that area of your body, going even deeper, connecting to the skin cells, the parts of your body that you don't normally observe, you don't normally feel. Now bringing your awareness to your ankles, feeling the left ankle and the right ankle, noticing and observing this area of your body with no judgment, just unbiased observation. Moving up now, bringing your awareness to your shins, feeling the left shin, the right shin, bringing your awareness to that area, feeling into that area, feeling into the muscle fibers, the skin cells, even deeper down to the subatomic level, feeling into the shins. And now moving on, I invite you to bring your awareness to your calves, feeling into the calf muscles, the left calf and the right, noticing, allowing your awareness to be solely fixed on the calf muscles of your left and right leg. Noticing and feeling with no judgment, just observation. As we move up now to the knees, feeling into the top of the knees, the top of the left knee, the top of the right knee, feeling into the inside of the knees, this inside of the left knee, the inside of the right knee, the back of the knee, the back of the right knee, the back of the left knee, the outside of the left knee, the outside of the right knee, feeling and observing the knee as a whole, bringing your awareness to the knees, noticing, feeling, becoming aware of the knees. As we move our awareness up now, connecting to the quads, the thighs, feeling into the left quad and the right quad, noticing and feeling as our awareness is fixed upon our left and right quad. Taking note with no judgment, just full unbiased observation. As we move our awareness now to the hamstrings, connecting to the left hamstring and the right hamstring. Feeling this area of our body, connecting to the deep-rooted muscle fibers that exist within this part of our body, bringing ourselves to become aware of the deepest parts of this body, part that we do not usually focus on. And now, feeling into your thigh as a whole, feeling the quad and hamstring as a whole, the left thigh and the right thigh. Feeling the legs now, the thigh, knee, shin, calf, feet, the whole leg. Bringing your awareness to that part of your body, wholly and totally, holding it in your awareness. As we bring our awareness now to our seat bones, feeling into the left seat bone and the right seat bone. Bringing our awareness to that part of our body. And now moving our awareness to our hips and our pelvic floor. Feeling into this part of our body, noticing what comes up with no judgment. Just noticing with an unbiased perspective. Feeling into it and observing and bringing our awareness to the pelvic floor area of our body. As we bring our awareness up now to our lower stomach. Feeling into the lower stomach. Feeling into our belly. The skin, deep layers of skin, of muscle, of organs that reside in this area. Now moving our awareness to our lower back, feeling where the beginnings of our spine are, connecting and bringing our awareness to the discs of our lower spine, our lumbar spinal discs. Holding them within our awareness as we move our awareness now further to our mid-back, feeling into this part of our body, connecting to the spine of the mid-back, the sides of the mid-back, the left side, the right side, moving up now and feeling into the upper abdomen, that is associated with your mid-back, the front part of your body. Feeling in to this area, connecting and observing the rib cage. Feeling into this part of your body and holding it in your conscious awareness in a way you usually may not. With no judgment, just full, unbiased observation. As we move further up, feeling into the chest, feeling into the heart space, connecting with this part of the body, bringing our awareness now to the back, the upper back, connecting to the tip of our spine right before our head, the neck. Now focusing on the left side of the neck, the right side of the neck, the throat, noticing and bringing our awareness to this area of our body. As we move our awareness now to our shoulders, becoming aware as our awareness goes further into our arm, feeling into the right bicep, the right tricep, the right elbow, the right forearm, all the way to the right hand, bringing your awareness to the palm of your hand, feeling into your thumb, your pointer finger, your middle finger, your ring finger, and your right pinky finger. As we bring our awareness now to the left bicep and the left tricep, moving our awareness to the left elbow, the inside of the elbow, the outside of the elbow, moving down our awareness to the forearm and the left palm of our hand, feeling into our left thumb, our pointer finger, our middle finger, our left ring finger, and the left pinky finger. Now noticing both your arms, bringing your awareness to both your arms as a whole, noticing them, holding them within your awareness. As we move up now to the back of the head, where the head meets the neck, noticing the back of the head, feeling into your crown as you move your awareness up to the top of your head, where your hair meets your forehead, bringing your awareness now to your forehead, as your awareness goes now into your ears, now feeling into your cheeks, your chin, your nose, your lips, your eyes, your eyebrows, and holding your whole face in your awareness now. Noticing and feeling your face. Noticing with no judgment, with unbiased observation and feeling. At this point, I invite you now to feel into your whole body at once, bringing your whole body from the tips of your toes to the tip of your crown, to the tip of your fingertips, into your awareness, envisioning your whole body lighting up, feeling all your body parts lit up, awake, online, as your awareness is within all parts of your body now. I invite you to take a deep breath in through the nose. As you breathe in, feeling that awareness in your body even more, and exhaling. 2 more times, taking a deep breath in through the nose and exhaling and letting out a sound. Last time, taking a deep breath in through the nose, feeling into that awareness as you breathe in, and exhaling with a sigh. This is how it feels to have your mind and body aligned, to have your conscious awareness within your mind and your body working together. And just noticing how you might be feeling now, maybe remembering how you felt before you started this practice. Giving yourself another hug or holding your heart, putting a hand over your heart heart. And just saying thank you to yourself for taking this time tonight to be with yourself, for dedicating this to you because you deserve it. Just being grateful for that, being grateful for this moment, and being grateful for the love that you have for yourself for being here today. And when you're ready, with your eyes still closed, giving yourself a nice stretch. You may want to wiggle your toes, your fingertips, slowly on your own time, bringing yourself back to the here and now. And when you're ready, on your own time, opening your eyes. Thank you guys so much for joining tonight and being here. I appreciate every one of you. And I hope you appreciate yourself the way I appreciate you, if not more. For those of you who have a time constraint, you may leave. For those of you who wish to let me know how you feel after that practice, please let me know in the comments, in the chat. And if you have any questions, I'll be here to answer them. But tell me, how do you feel? Thank you. I loved it out as always. I appreciate you, Shahla. Thank you for your positive energy. Thank you for being here for yourself. Awesome. Were you guys able to feel into your body in ways you don't usually? Did anyone experience uncomfortable feelings when they were feeling into specific body parts? Refreshed and relaxed. Thank you, Annette. Less anxious and relaxed. Thank you. Thank you, Cecilia. Janelle is saying, wow, that was so worth it. Thank you for service. Thank you for giving. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you for these loving words. I do it for you guys because you guys deserve it more than you know. Dale is saying, I feel relaxed and loosened up. Yes, that is exactly what I wanted to bring for you guys. Just letting loose. We are so tight in ourselves. We just hold ourselves so tight. And we don't realize it until we do a practice like this, how much tension we have in our body. Miki's saying, thank you for today. It was very hard for me to concentrate today, but I was able to relax. The fact that you were able to relax is all that matters. I know there's a lot going on. I know some of us have kids running around and we've had long days. It's hard to concentrate, but as long as I supported you in relaxation, I say job well done to myself. But thank you for coming. Thank you all for coming. I know it's hard because it's in the middle of the week. It's late at night, but I appreciate it all. And I'll be here, and the homework I will be emailing to you guys. It is a quick practice, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week to discuss tools and for me to provide you guys with everything you need for after the 6-week program for you guys to continue this work on your own. And yes, thank you guys again. I hope you guys have a great night. Take care, everyone.